Hi, I'm Bill Beck, Fire Chief of Waterloo Fire Rescue. As Fire Chief, it is my privilege to award the following Medals of Valor, Certificate of Merit, and Letters of Commendation to the following members of Waterloo Fire Rescue. At 8:18 a.m. on Thursday, October 16, 2025, Waterloo Fire Rescue responded to a report of a residential fire with a high probability of a victim inside. Engine 306 arrived first on scene, gave a proper scene size-up, acknowledged the hazards present, and stated their first actions. 60 seconds later, Command 300 arrived and assumed command. 20 seconds after that, Engine 302 arrived. Engine 302 that day was operated by newly promoted engineer Dustin Stotler. With him was newly promoted Lieutenant Mark Mahood and firefighter A.J. Elliott. Upon their arrival, Battalion Chief Lee gave 302's crew the assignment of primary search. This assignment involves rapid entry into a fire building, typically without a fire hose, where the main goal is to quickly and systematically search the entire floor of a building, starting with the most likely locations to find victims. These crews must be fast, they must be thorough, and they must always understand that they are in an unfamiliar house with limited to no visibility. Lieutenant Mahood and firefighter Elliott entered through a side door where Engine 306 crew had knocked down the fire. In under 6 minutes from the initial assignment, Mahood and Elliott had located the victim. In those 6 minutes, Engine 301's crew, consisting of Engineer Levi Hubka, Lieutenant Sean Schott, and firefighter Reed Bavers, had arrived, and Lieutenant Schott and firefighter Bavers were given the assignment of forcing their way through the front door. Their team forced the door just as Mahood and Elliott came to the victim, who was located close to that front door. With this new means of exit available, 302's crew carried the victim out the front door, saving them from having to extricate the victim back through the smoke-filled house. The front lawn was also where ambulance crews were waiting. Paramedic Ben Weber was the lead paramedic on the call. Crews rapidly loaded the victim onto 334. Paramedic Weber identified the need for RSI, which stands for Rapid Sedation Intubation. This procedure involves administering a paralytic to allow a paramedic to use a tube to secure the airway before it swells shut from smoke irritation and heat-induced swelling. Because the victim's airway was already beginning to swell, our traditional method of securing an airway, known as an endotracheal or ET tube, was unsuccessful. Utilizing a new technique on his second attempt, called bougie intubation, the intubation was successful and the victim was now able to receive sufficient oxygenated air. Without these firefighters' quick actions, excellent training, and their teamwork, the victim's outcome could have been significantly worse. Because of these actions, I am proud to present Lieutenant Mark Mahood and firefighter A.J. Elliott with the Medal of Valor. This medal is considered the second highest distinction in the fire service. To receive the Medal of Valor, an individual must be nominated by someone that believed the individual or individuals acted with heroism, bravery, or courage involving personal risk or imminent personal danger to life, or saving or attempting to save the life of another with knowledge of the danger inherent to the act, beyond which that is expected in the line of duty. Paramedic Ben Weber is receiving the Citation of Merit, considered the third highest designation in the fire service for exceptionally meritorious conduct. Members will demonstrate outstanding performance at a difficult task involving personal risk to the member's safety when, because of a firefighter's actions, a serious injury or loss of life was prevented. Along with these awards, the following individuals will be receiving letters of commendation for their actions on this call. Battalion Chief Kevin Lee for his actions as Incident Commander, Lieutenant Sean Schott and Fire Engineer Reed Bavers for properly forcing the entry door, which allowed the interior crew faster egress out of the building with the victim. Lieutenant Charlie Donahue and Fire Paramedic Nick Anderson for their timely first actions on scene, setting the tone for all further actions. Engineer Levi Hubka and Training Officer Captain Dave Jensen for being able to transition from their traditional roles to aid the ambulance crew in allowing speeding transport. These letters of commendation will be kept in each individual's personnel files. These individual efforts, as well as the overall teamwork displayed by Waterloo Fire Rescue, should be seen as a reflection of the pride we as a community have in our members, as well as the dedication to excellence that we at Waterloo Fire Rescue provide to our city.